Hello, welcome to my tutorial. I'm Lisa Christensen over at maydreamrose.com, where you can find a whole bunch of my watercolor and card and artwork. And I thought I'd show you this really simple Christmas tree that I am painting for friends and family. The stamp is a Tailored Expression sentiment stamp. It's this one right here, called, I don't even, Rejoice. So the Rejoice stamp set, and then with my watercolor tree. It's super simple. You need a size 6 fan brush, and we're going to start with this pretty simple stuff. I use a light green, a darker green, a blue, and then this pearl colors for this tutorial, and I'll be using the Pearl May Green color. Super fun. All right, so I'm starting with the light green, and my brush is really juicy, meaning it's really wet and juicy. So you start, and I just like to start kind of wherever you think the tree should be. There's no right way, and then I kind of like to go to the bottom and kind of get an idea where my base is going to be. And then after that, I just kind of dance my brush. I go back and forth until I get to the top, and then I start filling in the sides a bit more. And I'm cautious about where the white space is, because that's going to be the snow, and I want it to look like a tree with some snow on it. All right, so next I am going into with my cobalt blue. This is number 62, and with this tree I kind of like to work fast. I'm not fussing around messing with the different brush strokes. I'm just kind of impressionist style painting, right? You're just going with it. All right, that's looking really cute. I like the blue blending with the green. And then with a dry brush, I go in with, this is number 56. These paints are the Kuretake, from Kuretake, and you can get them at your scrapbook store and online. I got mine from Memory Bound in Ankeny. I live in the Des Moines area, so we're lucky to have a bunch of scrapbook stores. And all right, so my tree looks pretty good. I got my three colors, my three green hues on, and now I'm going to use my pearl colors right here, and I am going to add this green in right here. And you don't need a whole lot, but you want a little bit to make it look, I don't know, I always like the person who I'm giving it to, the receiver, you think, wow, how did she do that? And so that's how you do it. And so this pearl watercolor really adds that extra surprise element to it. Anyway, so the paper that I'm working on is 150-pound watercolor paper. It's not a name brand watercolor paper, and I cut it down to size to the card base that I'm looking for. This is an A2 card base, so 4¼ by 5½. And then if I wanted to trim it down, I could. All right, so with a wet brush, just a wet brush, I'm going to make my hill. And to make my hill, I'm just kind of start that. And it's okay that there's green, because I'm going to be using that same cobalt blue that I used in the tree to make the hill look like there might be a tad bit of snow on it. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Now I just want to shade it down. So just add a white, clear water to it. And look at that. Look at how it moves. It's so pretty. And then when you add a little bit of pearl watercolor to it, it just solidifies that movement and just makes it beautiful. Okay, there you go. All right, so we're gonna let that be. I'm gonna work on my sky, Angela Fair, over at her channel. She has some great tutorials on how to create skies. This is just a simple sky. I'm not, because it's a card, I'm not going to try and fuss over too much, but still fun to have the sky in the background. And it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to make the background. So really you're just negative painting around the tree with the sky. And then what I like to do is just take this pearl, it's cobalt blue pearl right here. And then I just add in the color where I think I want it to go. It does look very dramatic right now. It will change in just a second. So then I take my clean brush and then I just move that pigment wherever I want it. If I want less water, I just dab it on the paper towel, and I don't want any found lines. So anything where it looks like I painted a line, I want it to be smoothed out. And that's what I'm doing right now. And then since the tree is still wet, you kind of have to be careful by the tree. And I got a little bit of green right here. And I'm just going to wipe that away and it'll go away. All right, so there is the Christmas tree scene. Now I'll let that dry. Once it's dry, I stamp my sentiment with the, and because I'm so in love with the Tailored Expression sentiment, Tailored Expressions rejoice. I would just stamp it wherever I think I like these stamps because they're big enough and they work well with the composition. So then with my Misty, I would just ink it and then stamp it, and then I got a beautiful card. And that is really all there is to this watercolor paper. So you just need a good size 6 brush, or smaller or bigger, whatever size brush you have. Fan brush, whatever fan brush. I love fan brushes, they're so fun. And then I just used a size 6 round brush for most of the white. And then that's how it works. And it's fun because every card you make turns out a little bit different. But anyways, enjoy creating some Christmas cards, and I can't wait to see some of your creations. Check out Angela Fair. She has some amazing watercolor tutorials, and I always like to use her tutorials for cards and for practicing and warm-ups, and it's so fun. Watercolor is one of my favorite mediums to work with. So enjoy creating, and I can't wait to see your projects.